Every now and then, some suit at a publisher looks at a beloved series they own, realizes they could make it into a live service co-op game, and says out loud,
This reminds me of Doom. Look at these graphics, they're phenomenal. I actually think the graphics of this look a little bit better than Doom.
"This has never worked for anyone else."
But it might work for us.
It never does. The result is a game for no one, a whole lot of nothing driven by market forces and the deluded belief that somehow, some way, this time the idea is just better than all the previous times it's been tried. This time they, chosen by God, will be immune from whatever effects have frustrated lesser mortals. The latest game in this Doom genre is Painkiller, a reboot of People Can Fly's 2004 cult classic, and the result is the same as it ever was. It's fitting that it takes place in Purgatory. When it is consigned to the graveyard of history, its headstone will read, "Here lies Painkiller, neither good enough to get into heaven nor bad enough to be damned to the inferno. You'll wish you'd just played
That's fucking harsh. Jesus.
the original and called it a day."
He's already talking shit about the game.
The new Painkiller is one of those co-op games, you know the ones. A brief tutorial front-loads the meager plot, shows you the ropes, and unlocks your base of operations. Once established, you pick from one of 4 visually distinct, but aside from one passive ability, virtually identical characters, all of whom come with pre-packaged quips that mostly sound like they were
Why the fuck did this game even play? Why did this guy even play the game? It doesn't seem like he enjoyed it at all.
by dollar store Joss Whedon.
He talking mad shit about this
Selecting your
game.
weapons and loadout, you choose one of several missions where you go to a place and kill a lot of bad guys, then return to your base with the spoils, upgrade your stuff, and do it all again. You have seen all of this before, and I'm already bored describing it. The story here is basically non-existent. You are one of 4 souls stuck in purgatory, Ink, Void, Rock, and Soul, approached by the disembodied voice of the angel Metatron to stop the demon Azazel, another faceless voice, from doing something bad. Go on mission, go home, spend spoils, repeat. To Painkiller's infinite credit, there is no paid currency or battle pass here, just a season pass with skins and the like, but the loop never varies. That really doesn't sound like Painkiller, you might say, if you played the original. And you're right, because it isn't like Painkiller at all. If you squint, you can see the inspirations. There are tarot cards, though you win a selection of them by spending gold in the tarot lottery because everything is gambling now, and equip them before missions for bonuses like plus 50 health and 30% more damage. Once the mission is over, your tarot cards are used up, and you either have to spend more gold in the lottery or ancient souls, which you earn during missions, to restore
you can tell this guy is just done with these developers' bullshit. You can just tell it in his voice. He is just done with this copy pasta fucking slop. He's like, another fucking multiplayer game. God damn!
As you previously used. You can also use these currencies to buy and upgrade weapons, and you generally won't have enough to do both early on. Speaking of, much of the original game's iconic arsenal has been resurrected here, like the stake gun, the electro driver, complete with their amusing alt-fires. However, the titular Painkiller, which you always have, is now doing its best impression of Doom Eternal's chainsaw, there to get you more ammo when the guns run out. Sometimes levels will lock you into large, usually circular or rectangular spaces, and make you kill a lot of enemies. The similarities end there. This is not a Painkiller game. It is Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, wearing a Painkiller's skin suit and hoping nobody cares enough to notice. Painkiller looks good, but its problems really come down to mission design. Environments feel samey even when they look different, and each of the 3 acts, which are 3 levels apiece, finds a single gameplay idea and never lets go of it. Your progress will be stopped by something, and the only way through will be doing that act's mechanic. In the first, that means filling barrels with blood by killing enemies near them, and then slotting those into the proper place. In the second, you'll need to find and use soul containers to power things. In the third, you'll have to stand on ritual markers to activate dream catchers. Occasionally, Painkiller will mix it up a bit. I actually liked the spots where my team had to use the soul containers to power a large cart we had to escort, but moments like that are rare. Mostly you do the same things over and over again, moving through the environments, collecting gold, finding hidden chests, picking up consumables, and then getting locked into a combat arena. Even the combat isn't as satisfying as it should be. Most enemies are cohorts, harmless by themselves, but potentially dangerous in large numbers, and they always come in large numbers. There are also larger, more dangerous demons you can stagger by pouring on alt fires, and the end-of-act Nephilim, who serve as bosses. None of these are all that engaging aside from the Nephilim, and while there are several kinds of cohorts and a handful of demons, none of them are visually striking or batshit insane as the original Rogues Gallery. There are no psycho nuns or hell bikers or evil samurai or freaks. No, this is Purgatory by way of a heavy metal album cover generated by AI. If you're going to do Painkiller, it could at least look
Bro,
like
they gotta rate this shit low.
Perhaps most infuriatingly, Painkiller isn't out and out bad. The movement is fast, precise, and a hell of a time, full of dashes, double jumps, and grapples. All 6 of the guns, whether it's the electro driver, rocket launcher, hand cannon, stake gun, shotgun, or SMG, feel great, and I liked messing around with the various alt fires. A shotgun that freezes enemies so I can shatter them? Neat. A stake gun that doubles as a grenade launcher? Love it. Turning the rocket launcher into a minigun that shoots freezing rockets? Sign me up. And getting a new upgrade on a weapons branching pass feels meaningful and changes how you play. Yeah, a lot of it is we have Doom Eternal at home, but if you're gonna steal, you might as well steal from the best. I even came to enjoy the characters, particularly Soul, a haughty, eternally youthful priestess, and Void, a straight man with a self-described fishbowl for a head and no memory of his past.
I have a fishbowl for a head.
Yes, but it looks lovely on you, darling.
Even Ink's sarcasm and self-loathing and Rock's tragic backstory aren't poorly written, really. The bad stuff is reserved for in-combat dialogue. And the issue is, you rarely get to hear them finish telling each other their stories. You run into some enemies and the background heavy metal, which is good, will kick in, or another character will spout some inane combat dialogue, and the story dialogue you were hearing will just stop dead and never resume.
That's a den of demons. A lot.
Yeah, you can read it in the codex at your home base, but it's not voiced, and the voice cast does admirable work with what they have. Bummer. The boss fights against the Nephilim are pretty good too. They're not groundbreaking, but they're engaging to play, and they look cool, whether it's a massive blood rat, a big statue hiding a secret, or a literal dragon. These are the best parts of the roughly 4 or so hours it takes to play straight through Painkiller's raid mode campaign, and a nice change of pace from the "we're not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with us" standard encounters. Painkiller is designed as a 3-player co-op game, but if you're short of friends or nobody's around online, the bots are pretty good and respond well to player commands.
Right here!
Copy that.
Ordering them to stand on a switch to open a secret area is less intuitive than one of your co-op partners seeing the switch and just doing it, but it works, and I didn't mind playing with bots when no one else was on. Disappointment still manages to creep in though. I figured Painkiller's blink and you'll miss it plot was setting us up for a showdown with Azazel when we finished all 9 levels, but nope. You just get access to his empty tomb where his voice gives you a chance to work for him. Your character naturally declines and he pivots to this comically blunt offer instead.
So why don't you bump up the difficulty? Give yourself a challenge!
Sure, Azazel, why not? I'm already having so much fun.
Yeah, right.
There is also a roguelike mode to try out. Unlike the raid levels, there's a lot more variety, and you can take your rewards back with you. You might navigate a platforming segment between fights that hurts you for as long as you're in it, or have to bring soul canisters up to the top of a ziggurat. Even the "we're gonna lock you into a combat arena until either everything else is dead or all of you are" bits are more fun here just because you haven't seen these environments before, and the randomized nature of your weapons, alt fires, and tarot cards feels more natural. It's like this is what the Painkiller reboot was supposed to be before someone decided it should have a campaign, too. Unfortunately, during my first roguelike run, my game crashed. Talk about
wow. Here we go. I'm gonna say it's gonna be like a 3.
Painkiller is a frustrating game. The designs for the raid levels and enemies are largely disappointing, the story is nearly non-existent and ends on a low note, and the great value Whedonisms the characters deploy in combat often had my eyes nearly rolling out of their sockets, but I can't dismiss it outright either. The movement and weapons are a lot of fun.
They gonna give it a 7. They're gonna give it a 7.
And the roguelike mode feels like it's what Painkiller wants to be. Like its characters, this game is stuck in between. Unworthy of heaven, not bad enough for hell. I can't imagine who this is for, because it's not for Painkiller fans, and even as a co-op game, it's held back by obvious limitations. It's a game about nothing for no one, a mediocre resurrection of a classic trying to put a new cover on an old book and hoping it still has some relevance 21 years later.
5!
Yeah, Purgatory sounds about right. For more, check out our reviews of Full Metal Schoolgirl or the for everything else.
That's rough.